Hello you guys and welcome to Valentine Pie's YouTube channel. Since I'm standing up and everything, this is going to be a song that I want y'all to hear. It's a song that's so upbeat, and I help with Vacation Bible School at my church every year. And this is from one of the past VBS's, Vacation Bible Schools, I helped at. And I love this song, and I just love it. And when I was listening to this song, it reminded me of a few days ago, of last week. I don't remember what day it was, but this few days ago, I was in a very bad mood. I was really angry, and when I get really angry, I go outside, and I just, basically walk out the house. And we can get more into detail about that. But when I was walking out the house and with my very angry self, something strangely, happened. Have you ever heard of that saying, when you're going through a rough time, something like that, when you're going through a rough time or a hard time, those are the times when Jesus is carrying you? It has something to do with that. But I don't want to get, and this song kind of also has the same thing to do with that night, that day when I was angry and I just walked out the house really angry. And I want to tell you all that story, but that's for the next video, because this video is just for the song that I love so much. So here we go. I want to share both with y'all, but let's just have the song in one video and the story in another. Here it is!
Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. The storms of life will push and pull, but we are standing on the rock that never rolls. The storms of life will push and pull, we will keep standing. God is in control. Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. Stand strong when life changes. Stand strong through the ups and downs. Stand strong, for you know that God is in control. The storms of life will push and pull, but we are standing on the rock that never rolls. The storms of life will push and pull, we will keep standing. God is in control. Stand strong, the night changes. Stand strong, the ocean comes. Stand strong, stand, God is in control. Stand strong, the night changes. Stand strong, the ocean comes. Stand strong, we know that God is in control. Stand strong, the night changes. Stand strong, the ocean comes. Stand strong, we know that God is in control. Stand strong, the night changes. Stand strong, the ocean comes. Stand strong, we know that God is in control.
I love that song. I mean, I listen to that song over and over again. It is just so addicting to me. My VBS CDs, I still listen to the very first one that I ever got. Those songs are just so addicting! So, and they have great messages. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the Stand Strong song. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. I love that song. It's just so upbeat. So, yeah. And I'm actually wearing one of my VBS shirts today, which is shocking. because I'm actually wearing a VBS shirt today. And on the back, I don't know if y'all can tell, but it says Stand Strong. And I thought of that song. Bye, y'all. See y'all in my next video, which will be about this story about a few days ago when I was really mad. So, bye. Okay, hello, you guys. I don't know why I chose here all of a sudden to talk to y'all about my story about a few days ago. Okay, so here's a quick little, I'm going to try to make it quick because I still got to get ready for homeschool and everything. So, here's my quick story, hopefully, of a few days ago. I don't remember exactly what day it was. But okay, my mom, well, not my mom, but my dad and I, we got in a big fight. Like, with me, if y'all know me in real life, my fights can be very small or very big. I get very angry very easily. Y'all don't usually see that part because when I'm uploading YouTube videos, I'm happy. I don't show anger much in me at all when I'm uploading YouTube videos. It's just, it's not a fun part of me that I want y'all to see, and, you know. So, anyway, my dad and I, we got in a huge one of my fights, not yesterday, a few days ago. It got so huge that I got physical, which I've gotten a lot better with not being physical when I get mad. And my dad's really good about not being physical with me, even if I get physical with him. But it's just, it was just, I used to get, when I was very little, I used to be physical all the time when I got angry. But therapy and a lot of stuff helped. But it still comes back to me every once in a while, every once in a big while, where I just get so angry, I still get physical. So, anyway, yeah, I got physical. I still feel really bad, because, you know, I feel really bad when I get angry anytime. Even if it's a small little argument, I hate getting angry. It's not good in God's eyes, it's not good in my parents' eyes. And I just pray up to God to help me keep working on my anger, because I've been working on my anger for a long time. So, and I sadly got pretty physical with my dad, and I still am asking him today for forgiveness. Like, I have the hardest time ever forgiving myself, but it's like Jesus and my dad can forgive me pretty easily. Jesus is the most forgiving person ever, and my dad, I mean, he, of course, has not forgotten it, because I don't want to, this is hard for me to admit, but he has a bruise because of me. So, in that spot, it hurts. So, he, of course, has not forgotten that I was physical because he has a bruise and stuff. But he forgives me, which I'm happy with, but I have the hardest time forgiving myself. So I'm still struggling through that. I gotta work on forgiving myself. And, I mean, I'm not afraid to admit what I do wrong, because God, who can judge you, God's the big judger. He's the one who judges you when you die, if you go to heaven or hell, which is the bad place. I also believe in purgatory, but that's for another video. But heaven or hell, He judges you, so I'm not afraid to admit to all of y'all what I did wrong. I mean, I got physical, and I gave my dad a bruise. So anyway, my dad, he left the house because I just was not leaving him alone. And one of my biggest rules is we need to separate when we get angry. With whoever I'm angry with. I need to separate from them, and they need to separate from me. But I was not letting my dad separate from me. So he ended up having to get in his truck and go out somewhere. And then I came up crying to my room and all that, thinking really bad thoughts about myself. Very suicidal. If y'all know me, I can think very suicidal. I do have some depression in me. And I may share one of my other something stories about something later. So I was up here crying, thinking very suicidal, thinking about some other stuff. And then I tried to take a bath, like my mom and dad told me to, because it helps me calm down. But in the bath, I was just crying my eyes out, thinking very suicidal and stuff, and just stuff. And I said, no, I'm just going to go on a walk. I mean, like, I just felt like I just needed to get out. And when I get angry, I tell my parents I'm going to run away. I'm never going to come back home. So that really worries them. So my dad was out. I walked out the house, and thankfully this time I had my cane with me and my phone. But my dad, I think I texted him to let him know I was out. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I let him know I was outside, and that I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was really angry. And so he turned around from wherever he was to come pick me up, because I used to, especially when I was younger, I used to have a bad habit of actually staying out for like ever, for a long time, and not coming back home, and I still do that sometimes. But yeah, so he turned around to come get me. But before he came and get me, and I was just walking myself, crying my eyes out, I was thinking of God, weirdly, because sometimes when I'm really angry, I don't think of anything about God, but this thought came in my mind about God, saying when you're going through a hard time, those are the times, especially when God is carrying you. And when I was thinking of that, and I felt the strangest feeling ever. I felt like God was carrying me, but I did not see myself being carried. I was still walking, on the road and on the sidewalk. Like, I was still walking, crying my eyes out and stuff, but I felt like I was being carried at the same time. So honestly, my anxiety started to go up a little bit. I'm like, am I going insane? I mean, I'm used to feeling God stuff, but I'm used to seeing it happen as well. But I mean, God does not always let that happen. I usually am used to seeing it or just feeling it, and not being able to feel the actual world around me when I do feel God. But this time I felt the actual world, like, of me crying and me being really upset, pain in my heart. But I also felt like God was carrying me at the same time, and it kind of scared me. The first time I've ever gotten scared of actually feeling God around me was a few days ago, and I never gotten scared of that. I kept looking around to see if there's any suspicious activity, or is it just my mind going crazy? Because I was like, this can't be God right now, because, I mean, I'm not used to him showing to me him in this type of way. He usually does it different. But yeah, that was him. It was him showing me that he was carrying me, even though carrying me through a hard time. Even though I was crying my eyes out and I did wrong in his eyes, I displeased him by arguing with my dad, getting physical, and but God's always there for you, even when you do wrong even if you do wrong in God's eyes, he's never going to leave you. You just got to say sorry. And believe me, I have a hard time getting over stuff that I do wrong. When I do something wrong, I feel so guilty about it, whatever it is. And I'm still trying to get over. A few days ago when I got physical with my dad, and my dad and I, we had this huge argument about something. I don't want to get into too many details, but yeah, we got a huge argument. And it's just like, I sometimes feel like, how can God love me if I do this? But he's the most forgiving God ever. He loves you no matter what. And my dad loves me no matter what, even though I gave him a bruise, even though I got physical with him, he also, he doesn't usually get physical with me, but he got a little physical with me this time, but we're talking about me here. You know, it's just, humans are humans. We're not perfect. So I am still working on trying to forgive myself from a few days ago. And I mean, if you guys know the real me, I am not afraid to admit what I do wrong. It's hard to sometimes admit what you do wrong. But along my journey of YouTube videos, you guys will find out that you guys will say, "Oh, Valentina, why did you do that? That's so wrong," or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I know, but I'm not afraid to share it with you guys, because it's hard to share it with you guys. It's hard to share what you do wrong. Sometimes you just want to hide it, but it's better to get it out than to hide it, because God knows, the one who can judge if you're going to heaven or hell. He knows before you even did the wrong thing if you were going to do it or not. So, and all you can ask is for forgiveness and be the best Christian you can be. And we all make mistakes, and he knows that. But that's my little story. I actually felt like God was carrying me on my walk. I felt like God was carrying me on my walk. So, even though I was crying my eyes out and all that stuff. And yes, and one good thing about my dad and I is I'm one of those people that am big on apologies. I say sorry for everything I know I did wrong. Some people say I apologize too much, because if I feel like I do something wrong, but they say, no, you didn't do something wrong, and I say sorry, they're like, you did nothing wrong, you don't have to apologize. Some people say I apologize too much, but I mean, I apologize when I feel like, and I think, and I know I did something wrong, okay? I'm just that way. I especially apologize when I know I did something wrong. So, yeah, I gotta go. But that's the story. So I want y'all to always know God is with y'all. No matter what you guys are going through, no matter if you're having a huge argument with your parents, no matter what hard time you're going through, He's there with you through it all. He loves you. He's never going to leave your side. No matter what you do, He's never going to leave your side. Even if you got, like, thrown in jail for some reason, He's never going to leave your side. So, yeah. There's a little true story about me. I know y'all don't notice my anger side because I don't show it on YouTube. But I definitely have an anger side. I definitely do. And I call that anger side my devil side, because I hate it so much. I call it my evil and devil side. So, I hate it. So, anyway, bye and God bless. Have a wonderful day. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and all that stuff. Love you. God bless.